Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Harika. So in today's video, I'm going to demonstrate one more use case with respect to document understanding. But instead of using present validation station, we will trigger the process into action center. So now if you're not familiar with document understanding and if you don't know what is action center or what is storage bucket, so here I am on my channel page. So you can just go to the playlist tab and you can see we have a full playlist on document understanding with 4 complete videos. So you can go to this playlist and you can watch all the 4 videos to get very much familiarity on the document understanding. And also you can watch along with document understanding the storage bucket video, so to get you more clarity on these two concepts. And apart from that, in today's video we will see how we can trigger a process from studio to the action center. And first of all, I will explain you what is action center and how we can proceed with this with respect to document understanding. So first of all, I am in my cloud account. So if you see, we are having all these actions that are assigned from the studio. I can say, first of all, I would take a use case and I would show you how this actually works. So in order to make this work, first of all, you have to select something called as orchestration process. So just go to the home, and here instead of normal process, go to the orchestration process. So if you just observe here, we have implement a process through service orchestration and human intervention as well as through long running transactions. So whenever we are doing the document understanding process, sometimes we need human in the loop concept. Sometimes we require that because all the validations may not be up to the mark of the confidence level. So at that time, we need a human to validate the results that are extracted by the robot. During that time, what we're going to do is we can use either present validation station, that process we have seen in the previous videos of the document understanding, or else you can trigger the process to the orchestrator's action center. So in this video I will show how we can do that process. So taking the same use case, the one which we have used for the form based extractor, to not confuse you or overload you with so many concepts. So if you have watched the previous videos on form based extractor, which I have shown here. So if you have watched these two use cases, then it will be very much familiar for you to understand the use case that I'm showing up here. So I would suggest you to please watch that before you go ahead and do this process. So I'm using a form based extractor, and instead of present validation station, I'm going to trigger it to the action center. So the process remains the same. I have loaded the taxonomy by using the taxonomy manager, and this is the output variable that I am using in order to access it throughout the workflow. And after which I'm digitizing the document using the OmniPage OCR, and I'm classifying it. I have taken some temporary JSON, and after which I'm extracting the data using the form-based extractor. And also after which I have to extract before I export the results. After I extract the results from here, I wanted to trigger my action center. So let me just show you how I can do that. So first of all, just type action and you can see what are the activities that are available here. So you can just see we have create document classification, but we're going to take create document validation action. So we wanted to create an action in order to validate the results. So I am giving the action title as invoice validation, and I have to provide the document path, which document I wanted to process, and document text, the digitized document text, and DOM, doc, document object model. And then I should set the priority, either medium, high or low, let's say critical, and it can be anything based on your requirement. And then I can give the taxonomy, after which I have to take the extracted results. So these extracted results, I would be taking it from here. So I'm taking the extracted results. And if you are not familiar with the storage bucket concept, you can watch that playlist as well. So here I have to give the storage bucket name. So if you just see my bucket name, I have created as action bucket. for the particular action centers example, and I would give action object as one of the variable, which is action object, and then the directory path. So we have discussed the path of this is default folder, so I'm giving it as default. So till here we have created the action. So let's run till this part and see how this actually creates an action in the orchestrator. So I'm going to put a write line just to see action taken. So I'm just going to debug this file, and I am going to actions. And if you just see, I already have so many actions created here, but all are completed apart from three, which out of which two are in unassigned and one is in the pending state. Okay, document text not specified. Okay, let me just see what is the document text. I believe this is the issue with scope. Extracted results. Okay, let me just delete the duplicate values. And debug this again. So it has extracted and it has gone into my action center, create document validation action. So it will create the action now, and I believe it's done. So let me just refresh this. And if you can see, a few seconds ago, this is the critical priority and invoice validation that we have created. So let's open assign, and I'm just assigning it to self and opening it. So once after you assign, so as a part of demo, I have captured only two fields here. So in the previous example on form-based extractor, extraction of the table and all, I have shown with two clear use cases how we can extract in case of invoices with the tabular information. In the use case 3, you can just check that video. That will be very much clear. But here I'm just taking two just for the demo purpose. So you just have to validate these two and then save. So this status will be changed to complete. So this critical, whatever the action that we have created, that is changed to complete. But now, if suppose I wanted this process to be not executed until someone validates it. So in order to do that, so what I'm going to do is, let me just do one thing. I will change the process a bit, and I wanted to put a resume action here. Here I will add, after create document validation station, I would put a wait for document validation action and resume. So once after the validation is finished, then only the process will be resumed. So I would put this value here, activity here. So I would pass action object, and whatever the validated extraction results are there, which are coming from the action center, that results I have to pass it here. So I would say validated results, and I should give the document path and document text, after which I would give DOM, taxonomy, and automatic extraction results, or the results from the extraction fields. So that is extracted results. So I'm giving all these results here, and let's give this as empty for now. And once after we validate, only then we can resume this process. So let's see how this can happen. So we are extracting the results. This would create the action item one more time. So once after it has created, if you just observe, it is saying orchestration process. That means this process execution suspended. It is saying this process is suspended. So until unless we just go here and perform some action on the action item that has created, this process will not be resumed. So that's what this is meant for. So the person the human who is validating the process, who is validating the documents, until unless he go ahead and perform action on that particular, like whatever the item that is here, which is in the unassigned status, this one, if it, until unless it goes to completed status, it will not be, action will not be taken further from the workflow. So what I'm going to do, I'm just executing this, validating these both and saving. And now let's go back to studio and then I'll resume it. So now this process will be executed. So if you see, it is showing action taken. It is shown as action taken. So that's how we can create particular action in the orchestrator from the studio, and whoever the human that is validating the documents would be using validating the results in the action center, and once after the action is taken, that particular document will be processed further. So that's how we can do. And the next step after this is, we all know that we can export the results. So if you're not familiar, let me just you can get that information from the previous videos as well. So this is nothing new, but so whatever the validated results that we are taking, so that results we have to take it into a data set. So I'm taking this into a data set, and as we are in the orchestration process, so we have to export the Excel activities. So that I wanted to mention here. So until unless you take Excel package, you cannot find this here. So I'm just doing the right range and dataset dot tables of. As we all know, we will have two things here, formatted and unformatted data. So I'm taking formatted data. So output dot xlsx, which is the one Excel that I wanted that into, and I would add headers and I would run this. So in the next videos, we will be seeing how can we manage this action center trigger with respect to confidence levels, and also, so if you just see, it has pushed a pop-up, execution has been suspended and is waiting for external events to complete. So I'm just going ahead, and this is the critical one, which is a few seconds ago, and I would validate them, save, and now I'll resume this process. So I can see the output file generated. So which shows days and the invoice number. In the same way, in the previous videos, we have seen how we can extract the table also. That also you can do using the same process. You can use the same, you can club actually both the use cases. You can club and perform the same action. And going further, I would be covering the concepts like hybrid extractors, like how we can use multiple extractors and multiple classifiers, and how we can use the same document object understanding model for different types of documents. So apart from that, we will also see how we can trigger action center based on only a particular confidence level. Instead of going for all the documents, only a certain documents will be triggered to the action center. So these are the different concepts that I'm going to come up with my next future videos. So thank you so much for watching. I feel this video is useful for you, and in order to not miss any of the videos, please do subscribe to my channel and do share with your friends. Thank you so much for watching.